way, bitch! What are you doing?
God.
Are you blind or
I'm
something?
sorry, okay?
Oh my god, I just got this car.
Oh my God.
What?
We know each other.
No, I don't think so.
Kira Wachowski?
Me.
Still punching people, Kira?
I own a boxing gym. What have you been up to since high school? Still playing with Barbies or decided to become one yourself?
These people are bringing in us a lot of money our way, so toughen up.
What are you doing?
We're losing followers. We really need to step on it.
Are you aware that your online presence is super important when it comes to attracting customers?
Yeah, I'm aware, Lauren, that in addition to training for 10 years, almost lose all my front teeth in a few matches, not to mention, I apparently also have to have an online presence.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Tanisha Laverne Graham with blackinamerica.com. And as always, I am super excited to always bring, emerging talent to the platform, existing talent, superstars, megastars, young stars, all stars. So today I have Daryl Wesley and I have Ksenia LeBlanc, and they are a part of this funny series, Gritty and Pretty, or Pretty and Gritty. Is it Gritty and Pretty or Pretty and Gritty?
It works either way, but gritty and pretty.
Gritty and Pretty. You guys, it is laugh out loud hilarious. I couldn't believe I laughed all the way through, and I've only seen 2 episodes. I don't know if there are more. We're going to find that out in this interview, but I laughed nonstop. Ksenia, talk to me about just the impetus for this. We know you have this amazing background. You know, you come from Orange is the New Black. You know, you have Daryl, who's also a part of this. Just talk about like the impetus and the inspiration for, wanting to do, what I'm going to call a little situation comedy, about what it means to me. It was like what it means to be a woman and exist in this skin and this experience and everything that we have to endure and go through, and not just within the patriarch, but sometimes what we put on ourselves, each other as women.
Yes, for sure. The reason I wanted to create this story is basically because, first of all, the female friendship has always been a big part of my life. And I've always found it very unique in the way we communicate with each other, the way we sometimes compete with each other, but also misunderstand each other. And the reason for this story was I wanted to show 2 characters who appear to have it all together. They're at their age where it's like everything has to already be, they already have to be successful. Each of them has have everything accomplished, and they're not, obviously, but they yet try to appear to be, especially Lauren's character, who is the Instagram TV show host, and she wanted to be an actress, and she ended up being an Instagram TV show host, and she hates it, obviously, but she puts on a smile and everything.
And I think as a journalist, I think that's why I found so much humor in it. I kept taking it back. I said, I can't keep rewinding this because I'm never going to finish. But I'm like, I gotta rewind this one more time. You guys, you have to watch this. You have to watch. For my colleagues, especially women in this business who do this job, you have got to see this. It's laugh out loud hilarious. It's gonna make you cry because you know the shit that we have to go through to do this stuff.
Kelly Russo, that plays Lauren, she was like worried that she's gonna get sued or something because she's like, this is so close to home, because she actually worked as an Instagram TV show host in real life for a bit, so she knows where it came from, and yeah, so it's the ridiculousness of what she has to like promote on these shows and do things, and I found that hilarious because she actually told me these stories in real life. And
okay, I'm just gonna give one thing away, you guys. I'm so sorry, you guys. I love this. I don't think you understand how much I love those series. So that tampon on the head.
Let me cut this.
You know what? This is amazing because I didn't know how can we humiliate her further because I wanted her to feel humiliated. And when I got, she didn't know.
Sorry.
I had to create.
I swear to God, you guys, I'm a serious journalist. I'm so sorry.
I love it.
Okay. The tampon. Whose idea was that? And Daryl, I want to get to you in a little bit.
Take your time. Take your time. It's all good.
This thing is so insane. This thing is so insane. First of all, you reminded me of like Molly Shannon in this character. I love Molly Shannon. But I was just like, oh my God, they won't stop. Whose idea was it to have the tampon hat?
So yeah, so like I said, I didn't know I had to humiliate Kelly somehow. So I had to come up with something. And then I was just browsing for, you know, like props and everything and coming up with the logo for it. And then I was like, hey, what if we just buy a hat? And I actually, you know, I put it the string, which I bought at Home Depot. And then I showed it to Kelly and she's like, great. What you'll be wearing today. I love it. This is great. I'm glad you liked it because it was really fun creating
That's
that.
hilarious.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh my God, and Q-tip guy. Like, how does...
There's a Q-tip guy. Did you like Daryl with the
I
ring?
did. I loved it.
Golden rain. Oh.
I loved it. I loved it. The whole thing is just laugh out loud hilarious with such a powerful message, though.
True. Yeah.
When did you guys shoot this? I'm sorry.
LA. Which part? You mean the box?
When? I'm just curious. Was this shot like pre-pandemic?
Actually, exactly 1 year ago from today.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a year ago. We
Crazy.
wrapping up the filming right about now. Yeah, exactly 1 year ago. No.
Wow, that is pretty remarkable. You know, so when you guys are pitching this, like, what's the goal for this series? Gritty and Pretty, Pretty and Gritty. I just so love it.
I love your version even more. I think the goal for this is obviously to sell the series as soon as we can. Right now we're premiering, it's a world premiere at the Dances with Films Film Festival,
right.
which we're excited about. But yeah, there's 5 episodes in the first season. It's short, you know, it's short web series. So we have 5 full episodes and it ends with a cliffhanger. And I already started writing season 2. So hopefully everything goes well. We'll be able to film it like, you know, as soon as everything's over, we'll start filming. Depending on how we receive it and everything. Yeah, but yeah, I ideally would love to sell the series to one of the platforms, you know, so we can get more views and excitement around it.
I love that. Daryl, how did you get synced in with this project?
Me, Ksenia, and Kelly kind of all went to the same acting school together, so we kind of like met in that community.
Where'd you guys go?
It was a school called Playhouse West. It still is a school called Playhouse West.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
we met through there, and pretty much I just been working with Ksenia with a lot of stuff. Like I just think she's so dope and so talented. Like I always tell her, if she never need any help with anything, just let me know. And then she hit me up with this part, and then I said, of course I'll be a part of it, because I'm the same as you. Like I think it's hilarious. I think she did such a great job with it, and I pretty much know whatever she's a part of is going to be amazing. So I'll be done to say no. So.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
You know, Daryl, I have to ask you, you know, we just lost a giant in our industry, you know, a giant, just period, in his spirit, a godsend, you know, Chadwick Boseman. When you think about the life and the career of Chadwick Boseman, what is it about his accomplishments and the way he navigated through his cancer that inspires you as an actor, and particularly as a Black man working in the very difficult terrain of Hollywood?
I think that was a hard thing. Like I didn't know him personally, but that was like a big shocker. And I think the biggest lesson that I took from Chadwick is that, like, literally just live until you die. Like, don't waste any more time. Don't waste any time making excuses. Like, get up and do everything you need to do. Like, live your life to the fullest until you die. Like, live your purpose until you call home or whatever you believe in, and just do it gracefully. Like, he just did it so peacefully and so gracefully, and just like, I feel like he had to be such a dope an amazing person for that to be going on for 4 years and nobody not say anything about it. Like, that's so rare for that not to like leak out.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my biggest lesson that I learned from Chadwick. Just like live to the fullest until you die. Like, don't take any time for granted. Appreciate all the small stuff and work fast and love hard. So yeah.
Yeah, I love that. What about you, Ksenia? Like, what is it about Chadwick's life and career that inspires you as a creative?
I think what I found it also very shocking, because I didn't know that he was sick, obviously, like everyone else was talking about it. And I feel like the first time I watched the Black Panther, it was amazing to see him in that role, to see what he has accomplished, how far he has come, and what he means for the Black community. And what, it's so powerful to see someone being able to just achieve that much, and at the same time remain humble and not, I never saw him in any big, headlines for him talking about himself like in a certain way, or like it wasn't about that. It was about achieving, and also for me, how people responded to that was something very vulnerable and very kind of, inspiring to see how much he meant for people. Sorry, my boyfriend right there, who's also director of photography, actually, on Greedy and Pretty.
Oh, wow. You got to get him in there.
Yeah. Hi.
Excellent. Listen, laugh out loud all the way through, laughing at the top of the interview. Amazing. Amazing. Congratulations, guys. Congratulations. I mean, so good. But, back to what you were finishing up about Chadwick, you were saying?
Yeah, just to see, for me, it's always about how people respond to someone's work. There's a lot of really talented people out there, and they're doing fantastic work, and as actors, filmmakers, writers. However, especially this year, to see how much, the country has finally started talking about things that can no longer be put aside, about the police brutality, and just how that was really heartbreaking for me, because I also come from a different country where it's not so much the norm, but we don't really talk about it as much. And here, finally that point. And I felt like for the Black community, especially, Chadwick meant so much, and he brought in that sense of hope, and as well as a feeling of strength and power. And no matter what, you can, if you persevere, if you're a hardworking person who wants to achieve it, something bigger, and it's something. And he managed to connect to so many people. He managed to.
That is the beauty to me of who he was. It's still hard for me to even to talk about him in the past tense. I've had the opportunity to interview him. I interviewed him a few years ago for Marshall, and he was so open and so warm and so convivial. And I've chatted with he and his wife backstage at the Image Awards last year, and just to watch him, his aura is so big, and he looks dead at you. And he's such an inspiration to, not just the Black community, but to show, people of other races and other cultures just how big and robust and beautiful and full this Black experience is. And I think that is also so much of his power, because you have, kids of all ages, of all races looking and mourning him right now. And so it's like I had to just take a moment and ask the two of you, about Chadwick's impact, or how you're inspired or will be inspired by his career moving forward in your own navigations in this Hollywood space. Just watching this series and looking at you, and I'm sorry, what's the woman's name who plays Lauren? Kelly. Looking at you and Kelly, in these comedic roles, and I couldn't help but not think about, Lucy and Ethel. It's like watching a modern day episode of I Love Lucy. It really was. It was like, look at these two. You know, so when you think back about women comedians, you know, who are some of the ones who may have inspired your journey?
Oh, so many, honestly. I'm part of Elizabeth Banks' Hoo Ha Ha community, and I don't know if you heard about it. It's a fantastic community that Elizabeth Banks, she built it for female comedians specifically, and it allows you to show your work, to connect with other female comedians and filmmakers, and you know, it's all about comedy mostly. But also, I think the humor in female comedy is very particular because of how we see the world, how we see ourselves, the reactions towards ourselves is very.
I can't give anything else away from the series, you guys, but I'm not going to give that away. I put my hands up. I'm not going to give that away. But yeah, continue on. I'm sorry for interrupting, but I just think this is just.
No. This is great, and that makes me so happy, honestly. It's just genuinely happy that you're saying this, because I wanted to create the series that felt inspiring in a way of how imperfect we are, but also what kind of things we have to deal with. Like, you know, you might have seen, like, my character says, like, you come here to LA, like, you know, to work hard. You work hard on your career. You push through, you train every day, you know, you're like, you're looking for connections, everything. And now on top of everything, you have to have an online presence. Yeah. Like, yeah. I said to someone else recently on the other interview, where it's like, I feel like Instagram and the arrival of social media, it's like the arrival of sound almost in Hollywood, because you have to, you know, as actors specifically, actors have to make that transition into being aware of that tool, that social media tool, and use it to their advantage, as well as not get lost in it and try to navigate their career through it. But it's like I know a lot of actors that don't find it, you know, that they get lost and they can't use it because it's something so overwhelming, and it's almost like you almost hate it, but you have to use it, you know?
Yeah, but I feel the same way. You know, because people want to connect to you. They want you to be relatable.
Yes.
I mean, like, that's it. You have to be relatable. And we're all relatable. But then there's this part where you're like, wow, what parts of my personal life do I want on social media? Because, you know, once it's out there, it's forever, and then it can come back, and it can manipulate, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, it gets really.
Which part of my life should I show? Which part of my life do I need to hide and not advertise?
Yeah.
And then people really care.
Yeah. Sarah, who are some of your comedic heroes?
Martin. I literally live and die by his show.
Martin is hilarious.
That's my favorite show of all time. I still watch every episode like it's my first time watching it. So Martin. What's your favorite
Martin Lawrence? Your favorite Martin episode?
My favorite is hands down when they stole his CD player and he had the whole Nino Brown moment at the dinner table. Like, I can watch it every day and laugh just as hard. Like, I've never seen.
Wait a second. You know which one is mine? When he and Gina were on vacation in the Bahamas or somewhere, and they fought their head.
I have a shirt that says that. Like, literally. I can't find my shirt, but my mama just sent me some Martin cards.
Oh my God!
Like, she just sent me, like, I literally have a shirt that say that ain't no damn puppy.
I love that. Like, Martin Lawrence, if you ever watch this video, reach out to Gerald West to give your brother some work. Create an opportunity. Yeah. That is hilarious. Hilarious.
So well, that's my go-to.
Wow. Okay, now after Martin, who? Just curious.
Okay, after Martin, it's just so many. I mean, it's so easy to go back to like the greats, like Eddie Murphy.
I was just gonna say, because we always exchange whenever we text with each other. We always exchange the memes from like Coming to America.
Oh wow!
So Eddie Murphy, definitely that's Eddie Murphy. It's just I always go back to the older ones because that's kind of like if it wasn't from here for them, we wouldn't even like be here right now. So it's kind of like not hard. It's not.
And then before like Eddie, you have like Red Fox and Eddie was hilarious, and Rudy Ray Moore. I couldn't get
Dolomite.
That out. I thought he was
Dolomite was amazing. Like I really,
Yeah.
that was so inspiring. It was so, and
Yeah.
it literally is exactly what Ksenia is doing. It's like not waiting for people to give you opportunities. Like you just going out there and making your own opportunities and creating opportunities for not just for you, but
Better.
for your friend.
You better.
Yeah, you have
Better.
to. You have to.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
the same thing. You know, I worked for NBC and a few other bigger networks earlier in my career.
Mhm.
You know, as I started to get quote older, whatever that is.
I know, right?
You know, I was just like, okay, well, I see that I'm going to have to do this on my own.
Mhm.
And it's been quite an experience. While, you know, I can do journalism in my sleep, just
Yeah.
learning the business component of it has been quite challenging, but you know, I'm getting it. I'm getting the hang of it. And I enjoy it because what I enjoy most is not having a producer tell me what I can ask and holding back my authenticity in this moment, which was just, I want to laugh. That shit was funny.
I know.
I want to like
Exactly.
laughing with them, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, guys, before I wrap this up, you know, we're moving towards a presidential election, which is really critical this year. We got to talk about it, Ksenia. We got to talk about it, Daryl, because it's huge, you know, and you have an audience, people who are following you and, you know, want to know, you know, where your politics lie. You know, Ksenia, what are your thoughts about getting people out to vote, you know?
Crucial. I wish I could vote because I'm still not a citizen, a U.S. citizen, which I'm going to become hopefully in the next couple of years. But if I could, I think the only thing you can actually do right now is to go out there and vote, because if you don't, you're literally letting your country slip into a really dark place. And I think it now, especially more than ever, voting is it should be on everyone's mind, on every mind, because that is your future. That is, I'm not even going to start talking about what has happened over the past, you know, couple of years of how Trump got elected and everything, because I find it devastatingly sad and it's ridiculous, honestly. Talking about elections in general, it's like I mean, if you're not voting, so here's an example of my country. In my country recently, Putin made adjustments to the constitution, to the Russian constitution, where he can practically now never leave, and he can stay there as forever, like for as long as he wants. So, and that happened recently, like maybe five months ago or something like that. So now the adjustments to the constitution allow him to stay there forever. And I think if some people think that, you know, it can't happen here, this is a different country and everything, I honestly think it can. It's a little bit different. It's gonna, you know, it's gonna be a different process, but seeing what has happened so far and what's going on.
No, it's not different, Ksenia.
Yeah, I don't.
It's as a Black woman in these United States, it's not different. You know, Black and brown people, there's always been an agenda to break and disenfranchise us. So for us, it's a real.
Yes, exactly. I meant different as in how that can come to be, like, you know, so obviously, like, it's not going to happen, but no, it will happen. I think it can happen. And I think
it can happen.
Yeah.
Daryl, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts, I won't tell you who to vote for. I would just tell you that it is very important that you do vote, because if it wasn't important to vote, they wouldn't be going so hard to try to get you not to vote and find a reason for you to not be able to vote. So I'll just tell you, just use your freedom and your right to go vote, and just vote for who you want to vote for. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Like, just make the right decision in your heart. Don't be voting because you're scared, or people want you to vote for a specific person, or because your family is telling you to vote for a specific person or whatever. Vote for who you want to vote for and who you feel is going to do this country best, and and have the most compassion and the empathy for the people that need it right now, honestly.
Daryl, Ksenia, thank you so much. This was a wonderful interview. You guys look out for Pretty and Gritty, Gritty and Pretty. I may be reversing it. Ksenia, it's Pretty and Gritty, right?
I'm going to call it the second season is going to be Pretty and Gritty, as opposed to
Pretty and Gritty. It's such a It's such a great show, you guys. Gritty and Pretty. Make sure you check it out. Look for it. Ksenia LeBlanc, you guys have also seen her on Orange is the New Black. Daryl Wesley on the rise. He's out of here. He's out of here. Thank you guys so much. I'm sorry.
You.
Has a new project coming up very soon, and you should definitely follow him and see what it's gonna, because it's gonna be.
What's the new project, Daryl? You were holding out in this interview.
Oh no!
Yes.
This
Tell
is about
me.
Gritty and Pretty. It's a short film I did called Black Excellence.
It's magnificent.
I love that. Black
Yeah.
excellence. You know,
It's
I
called
dated
Black
somebody recently who kept tired. He got tired of hearing me say Black excellence all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, it's Black excellence or bust.
Yeah, exactly. And this actually, yeah. So I'm super excited about it. I chose to like go behind the scenes and just write and produce it and just give other people opportunities to showcase their talent with it. And Ksenia is editing it for me, which she's amazing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's I'm really excited about it. It's
I love this.
it was ran by, this whole set was pretty much ran by Black women. And it was so powerful and so magical just to watch them just run the set. I literally couldn't even do anything because they just had everything handled already. So
that's how it is. That's how it is as Black women. That's what Black women be like.
Exactly.
That's what Black women be like. Is what my always say. That's what Black women be like. We're gonna get in there and make it happen. It's just like, if
Every
you don't
time.
have it, we're gonna find a way for you to get it.
Every time, yeah.
Yeah, every time. It doesn't matter what it is. Paper clips in the middle of the night, you know, whatever. We are going to make it work. We ain't got a mic, but we're gonna take this roll of toilet paper, cut it. You know what I mean? We're gonna use the spool from the toilet paper. You're gonna talk in that, like, woo-hoo.
Gonna make it work every single time. That is a fact.
Every time out. You guys, this was such a treat this afternoon. I so needed this laugh more than you know. And I can't wait to get this to you guys' pubs, you know. Ksenia, Daryl, once again, continued blessings and success. If you never ever need me for anything, I'm funny too. Call me up. If you need a journalist, I'm funny too. I will make it happen.
For sure. You got to, when your project comes out, you're gonna need some reviews and everything.
Yeah. Let me know.
So true.
Please let me know. I can't wait to share this with my audience. We need laughter.
Yeah.
We need laughter in these times. So thank you both for thank you for providing us with that. Thank you. Bye-bye, guys.
Yeah, have a great day, y'all.
So what's with the Q-tip guy?
Can we just keep the Q-tip out of this?
Way just left a comment on my photo.
Kira, do you want to be famous? Then do what I say. Why don't we just talk like normal adults? Oh, why is everyone in my tits?